So here I am, I've travelled from Manchester on my way to Nelson, and I'm stopping off at a place near Rochdale. I thought I was going to Healydale, but it appears that I've ended up in Broadley Wall Mill. So I'm kind of vaguely following a walk on commute, but I'm not quite sure where I am. So I just pulled up on this very little muddy car park. So I am pretty lost, to be honest, but saying that, it's very pretty wherever I am. There's like a few cars in the car park. Very slightly unnerved by the one, but we'll see how it goes anyway. So yeah, this is actually really pretty. Let me turn it. So I've got this path. Look at all those paths down there. So let's see where Kamut tells me where to go. So I've climbed up super high. I think I've took completely the wrong path, but I found this nice path here, nice-ish. My shoes are very wet and they've leaked a bit. However, Kamut keeps telling me to make a U-turn, and I'm looking at the map and it looks like I'm going in the right way. So I'm a bit confused, so I'm going to carry on following the map and then just see what happens, because I can't see why I should make a U-turn when I'm on the path. Okay, so I saw this on some photograph. It was either for Park for Night or the walk, so at least I know vaguely on it. So what goes up must come down. So basically I have cut off 1.5 miles from this walk, just because I decided I wanted to get back to the car and make sure the car's alright. Now it's ridiculous because it's still going to take me a good half an hour to get back to the car, so if anything's happened it'll have happened by now. But I don't know, call me paranoid, but I just feel a bit uncomfortable, so just want to get back to the car and go and find my way, get to Lidl and get this done, and then I can do all my country walks when my car's all parked safely up. It's probably parked safely up now, and as you can see I've got very, very hot doing all this up in and down in and through the mud, and my feet are very wet, but I shall just be glad when I get back to the car. Okay, yeah, so here I am back at the car, everything's intact. So I cut the walk short by probably about 2 miles, and that bit down there, you can't see yet, but that bit down there looks nice, so I'm going to just do a little bit more now. So I've literally just popped down from the car park. Like, how much nicer is this? Oh, it's so pretty. I'm looking for some fairy bridge or something. I presume this is the viaduct. I reckon this is the viaduct here. I don't know if you can see it. And I've got to walk northwest. Did you see that? Wow. That's what we were looking for, isn't it? Something like that. So much nicer. And here we are at the Fairies Chapel. This place, according to legend, saw the birth of Robin Hood. It was hidden until the Great Flood of 1839, and it all started on a wild night in 1180 when a witch magically summoned Robert of Huntingdon, who was the rightful heir to the Earl, his late uncle. However, the ring which would prove his right was stolen. The witch told Robert that she could find the ring. Robert, however, refused the offer of magic, so she told him to look into the holy well of Saint Chad to see his future and perhaps change his mind. Robert crossed himself and gazed into the well, little knowing that she had charmed it to show him as a lord. However, the well showed the truth. He would become the outlaw Robin Hood. Enraged at the trick, Robin went to kill the witch, but she escaped, as all good witches do, broomstick. Luckily, the Fairy King came to Robin's aid and gave him his uncle's ring, which he was told to throw into the Coven's cauldron at the Thrush. This Robin did, and the cauldron flew into pieces and fell into the river. The Fairy King shrivelled the witches into hideous elves, who rushed after the cauldron into a fissure in the rock. The king said, "There you have a chapel for your evil worship, and long may e'er be any mortal be so foolish as to seek you out in your wicked den." And I made it down the steep slopes with a view of the viaduct and the racing water, which really gives the most eerie atmosphere. It's absolutely beautiful, but it is treacherous. It's down some very, very slippy stairs, but it's worth it. Just look at that. Wow! And this is where Robin Hood started, if you could believe it. How far are we from Nottingham then, eh? So what I've done now is I've climbed back up out of the Fairy's Chapel, and rather than heading back towards the parking, I'm going the opposite direction. See what happens? And so far I've got this beautiful view of this river, and just look at the autumn colours. So today's date is something like the, I don't know, I'm not actually quite sure, but I think it's something like the 29th of October. So some stunning, stunning autumn golds, yellows, little bits of green from our evergreens. But yeah, pretty gorgeous autumn scene here up north near Rochdale. Very nice. Look at that. Oh, with a nice piece of blueberry here down there. Very autumnal. So now I've walked to the foot of the falls by the looks of it, maybe? Oh, I don't know, it might be going actually even further down. This is Happy Me now. Found my way. Kind of feel a bit safer. Not so far from the car. Walking very, very slowly. Planning my own route on commute, so she can't tell me I'm off the path, because I am choosing the path. So as long as we can find the car at the end, I'm happy and commute's happy, so we're all happy. And here is the site of the old mill in the Thrush. This was a cloth mill, but not making cotton, water powered, making wool. And look at that for a viaduct. Wow. I wish I'd have done this walk first instead of that blooming random thing. Anyway, here we are at the old mill in the Thrush. And as I head back to the car, there's a cracking view of the viaduct with the autumn colours. Now I'm trekking up the road back to the car.